The Westberrys was a story I found on my first day of research. I'd gone out and kind of tried to get lost in the city and found myself in St Thomas Church graveyard. I've always found graveyards interesting. Just I like looking at the headstones and thinking about the lives of the people that they represent. And as I was just kind of wandering around and looking at the gravestones, I noticed this plaque on the outside of the church. And as I looked closer, I noticed these three skulls on the top. And it's not something that's traditionally present on a gravestone, skulls and skeletons and things. I thought it looked a little bit spooky. And as I looked closer, I noticed that the memorial was for three children from the same family who died within 5 years of each other, age 2, age 4, and age 3. And it struck me that what a tragedy this must have been for this family to lose those children at such young ages in such a short period of time. And it must have had an impact on the community around as well, for this plaque to have been placed on a public building. And for the money to be raised to kind of make that happen. St Thomas is an area of Oxford that's been a notorious slum for hundreds of years at that point. And there weren't a lot of people around who had that kind of money. So yeah, I thought this must be a significant event. And so yeah, I tried to look into it, and unfortunately not much records remain beyond this headstone. I spoke to the priest that runs the church, and he told me it's the oldest memorial in the churchyard, but they have no more records on it than that. I was able to find out from a family archive that the family did have more children. They had another daughter after this plaque was made that died as well, unfortunately, at quite a young age. I think only lived for 5 days. And then they had 3 children that did grow up and lead longer lives. I guess maybe the little bit of a happy ending to the story, if there is one, is that a man called John Coombs, who'd moved to London, who'd grown up in the parish and moved to London and made his fortune as a plasterer, someone who made the kind of ornate ceilings that were the fashion of the time. He came back and paid for a house to be built, which was for the benefit of the poor children of the parish. And this house was finished just before Joanne, who's the mother of these children, just before she died, she would have seen this house be finished, and it was given to the church for the church to kind of care for and make sure these children had nourishment and education and all of those sort of things. And so yeah, I just wonder if the deaths of the Westberry children was kind of maybe an inspiration for John Coombs to want to kind of come back to his roots and put some money into looking after the poor children of the parish that he'd grown up in. So yeah, I think if there is a happy ending to that story, that'd be it.